here to inform you about the characters in Multiverses and rate them based off of their combo potential and overall usability. Let's get started. Shaggy is a very basic but effective character with easy to learn attacks and great combos. With Shaggy, he can be aggressive and defensive and is great on one-on-ones or teams. Though Shaggy is a pretty basic character, there isn't too much you could do with him. Plus, he is more of a melee character and doesn't have many range options. I rate him an 8 out of 10. Batman is a very technical character that requires timing and precision. He is more of a passive type of character, but can be aggressive too. He does his best in teams, but can also hold his own on one-on-ones. A big downside of Batman, however, is that he has a lot of cooldown abilities, so he isn't easy to use. 7 out of 10. Garnet is a hard hitter with tons of great combo abilities. She is very aggressive and can recover back to the stage with the star ability. She has moves that can increase her stats with few cooldowns. She doesn't have any real downsides other than that her moves don't compare to some of the other higher options on this list. 8 out of 10. Taz is a fighter with tons of unique attacks. He is very aggressive and has tons of moves that can combo into each other. He can fit any kind of playstyle and is good at teams and 1v1s. Though other than that, Taz doesn't have any defensive moves. So while you're doing great damage to the opponent, they're also doing a lot of damage to you too. 7 out of 10. Harley Quinn is the kind of character that requires calculated moves and attacks. She's a high-risk, high-reward character, which means that she's pretty hard to use at first, but after you learn how to use her, you'll be winning a ton of fights against your opponents. After you learn how to use her, there is great combo potential with her character. Like Taz, she doesn't have many defensive moves, but with a swift moveset and a great user, there won't be any space to attack her. I'll give her a 8.5 out of 10. Jake, just like Shaggy, is a pretty basic but effective character. Though, unlike Shaggy, Jake has an amazing combo potential even though he's a pretty slow character overall. He has great range for a melee character and is pretty aggressive with great aerial attacks and recovery. Though Jake is still pretty slow, he is a pretty good team character, but he isn't really that good on one-on-ones. 7.5 out of 10. Finn is one of my favorite characters since he has a really interesting moveset. He is able to give himself advantages like speed and durability through his backpack system. By damaging the opponent in different ways, Finn can collect coins to spin in his backpack to purchase these abilities. Though, even without the backpack, Finn's moveset is pretty decent compared to the other characters. With amazing mobility and great damage output, there aren't really disadvantages that Finn has. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Arya Stark is yet another one of my favorite characters with her unique moveset. Arya has a great moveset with amazing combo potential, but that isn't the only thing that makes her a great pick. Arya has a face stealing ability which allows you to stun your opponents and even copy some of their moves. She might seem easy to use at first, but after learning how to master her, she can dominate any character. The first 10 out of 10. LeBron is a decent character with surprisingly great combos. He is a very aggressive character with a decent recovery and great aerials. His moveset is pretty versatile with the use of his basketball, so keeping your opponents out of range is pretty easy. There aren't any cons overall, except that against top tier characters, his moveset won't be able to keep up. A solid 8 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe found a character for you. If not, then part 2 is coming soon with the second row of characters. See ya!